When I first joined the crew of PT-104, I had heard all the stories about Skipper Baker. They said he was a hard man, a relentless leader who gave no quarter. To be honest, I was pissing my britches. But it didn't take long for me to see the man behind the legend. Skipper Baker is tough, no doubt about it. He demands the best from us, and he doesn't tolerate mistakes. But he's also fair. He never asks us to do anything he wouldn't do himself. I've seen him do just about every damn job on the boat. He's always putting himself on the line to protect us. One thing that stands out about Skipper Baker is his sense of duty. He's driven by something deep, something personal. We all know about his brother Jimmy. Sometimes he gets this look in his eye, like he wants to ride into hell and punch Lucifer in the mouth. And this man is big enough to just be able to do it, I reckon. That kind of dedication is inspiring. It makes you want to give your all. Not just for the mission, but for him. He doesn't say much. Just a nod here or there. But that nod, it means everything to us, boys. It's his way of saying he trusts us. And ahoy, welcome back to Boat Crew. We are back here in the Pacific. Not yet with PT-104. Mr. Murray Baker, Captain Murray Baker, is subject to some kind of hearing at the moment. He's been called in, and all his crew has been asked to give character references and show cause as to why he should continue to fight in this war. We're not entirely sure why. It could be because he was violent before, when he found out that his brother had died and received a letter from him in his final words. Who knows? But today, PT-72 is going to take up the lead. PT-99, Porker's Stern, lost their CO last episode, so they're all devastated, and they're taking the day off. So PT-72 is going to help us crack the fortress at Blackett. Those of you that have watched my Boat Crew series, particularly the first one, would be familiar with PT-72. They were pioneers of our fighting style, and they made heavy use of mortars. Eventually we moved away from mortar systems because we wanted to experiment with all the different weapons on board. But PT-72, they were the first to kill destroyers, they were the first to do it with depth charges, and in our lore, they went off to try and attack a fleet carrier. PT-72's original captain, Captain Hansen, went off to start the PT boat school, and he trained Murray Baker, but the boat still exists. And so we have a new CO, Samuel Muck, and he's got a large pedigree to live up to. Today we fitted them out with the new 75mm howitzer, and we're going to crack Blackett. We have an abundance of funds after sinking all the carriers and cruisers and all, etc. Basically the entire invasion fleet. So we've stocked up the patrol boats, the squadron boats, and we're going to head off to Blackett. See what we can do with this 75mm howitzer. It should have some big boom. According to the stats, it's got all splash damage and no impact damage. So it may mean that we don't even need to really hit things. But let's see what it's like to aim. It might be a first-person weapon, or it might be as simple as the mortar is now, where you just click and boom happens. No sign of the enemy, let's proceed. If you're new here, my name's Ty, I make content all the time. Hit like and subscribe as we raid Blackett. Right, so it's not the easiest thing to aim. I've had a little bit of practice. This is the old aiming style for one of the weapons, I can't remember. It's not the greatest, but we do have a little red reticule up in the top right corner that I'm using to actually aim. I'm not bothering with that. I'm assuming it's like... oh, I don't even know what the range means at the moment. So I just know that when they line up, when the white lines up with the yellow numbers, that it's probably going to hit. But how to get it to do that, I'm not yet sure. I'll need some more practice. Meanwhile, it doesn't seem to be too bad. You don't have to hit directly. Some emplacements take one shot, some take two. And PT-72 is running pretty light gun armament. We've got the meat chopper, but no one on board at the moment. I'm just running standard crew, 2 medics, just to keep everyone happy and healthy. The meat chopper has 4 50s and only requires 1 crewman, but it does use a lot of ammunition. So that will be our AA weapon, and we will concentrate on bombardment for now. And use our 50s on the gunner's mounts, just to harass those shore emplacements. We have a full stock of torpedoes in case we run into a heavy threat, but we are not focusing on ship hunting today. No anti-surface warfare. It's all about cracking these fortifications here at Blackett, because they are sending out waves of fighters during the day. And it's impossible to approach because they just keep attacking all of our settlements within range. And it's tying up our fleet. I'm not sure if we have to completely destroy the place to make the air radius shrink, or whether just damaging the fortifications will do that. That was pretty easy. Pretty good. Bombarding the really heavy mortar positions at the start of the engagement really makes this easier, because the mortars send out heaps. 30 points of damage at Blackett, and the status of the base didn't change. This thing is strong. Try to hit all of the things that have lots of guns, and then we can just get close and destroy the machine gun nests. You can hit maybe 2 or 3 things before the flares go up. Now squadron boats with the Bofors are putting down pretty good fire. For a heavy base, we're not taking much aggro at all. This is good. It makes it easy. The last few heavy bases I've attacked have been insane. Like, they've had heaps of stuff. Maybe all the supplies are concentrated on the Air Force. I wonder how effective it would be against surface targets. It would be easy to hit things with it. Against shore emplacements, we're just sort of praying and spraying with a very big gun. Okay, it's down to 22. So we've destroyed the fortress and brought the strength level down, as well as the radius of air support. So no longer can they assault our bases. Nothing too important going on around the theatre. But we may have to attack Blackett again to inspire an invasion. Still too strong. But that would get rid of a major source of Japanese aggression. They've been funneling their ships down to this port. There's nothing here. This base is well and truly defeated. We've used up all of our ammunition today. But that was pretty cost effective. And it didn't put us in any real danger. Yes, a raid is recognized. So Blackett will soon fall to the Allied forces. Our threat level is just maximum all the time now. I haven't been able to get it to go down. Changing boats, changing crews, it doesn't matter. PT-72 used the 75mm howitzer against the Imperial Japanese Army, and it was super effective. But we also have a new mortar system, the 107mm. More impact damage than the 60mm and more splash damage, but less overall damage than the howitzer that we were using. As soon as we sail out of Ramata, we are greeted by a Japanese invasion force. Nice. The Umegiri 2. You know it's bad when they start adding the 2 after a name. They're admitting that they're losing the ships, but they just can't think of a new name. Well, you're going to have to bring out the Umegiri 3. This PT-72 tastes blood in the water. Just waiting for those splashes. Let's put down a screen of smoke as we wait for those destroyers to die. PT-72 loves a good smokescreen. Kept her alive more times than she can count. And PT-72 is also super maneuverable, one of my favorite boats for agility. You can weave in and out of shots quite easily with this boat. As long as you've got a trained skipper. Similar to the Elco, it can't carry a lot of ammunition and supplies. So she is tied to tenders and home bases more than I would say the new Huckings boat. The new Huckings boat can take war to the seas. She can carry a lot of ammunition, a lot of repair kits, and a serviceable amount of medikits. And I think if you put dual Bofors on her, 40 mils, I don't think she could keep them full. Don't have enough crew to man the guns and keep them loaded. But using the Huckings for the 3-inch combo was great. 2 3-inch 50 guns. Made her a very potent gunboat. And so all these different playstyles are emerging across the different boats. While they may be able to take the same loadouts, the boat's playstyles really lean into different strengths. So, like PT-72 is very easy just to dance around dropping mortars everywhere. She's so agile, even at full ahead. I think we're getting hits here. But either way, we're having a great time here as we just lob shells everywhere. What do we have here? So we cracked that fortress rather quickly. So PT-72 will move to a anti-commerce role. Lay down some smoke as we get nice and close. We've got homing torpedoes, but let's try and get up in their face. Let's be a little bit bold. Samuel Muck is... he really wants to prove himself. He's been given the honor of the helm of PT-72. Very, very honored boat. PT-104 is seeking to take that crown. 72 is the OG war daddy. Of course, back in her day, she didn't have to fight carriers and cruisers. But she does now. So is Muck up to the task? Let's find out. The rumors abound as to what's happening to Murray. Crewmen think that he's in trouble for something he may have done. Others are speculating that maybe it's because he's the last boy. The last alive of the Baker clan. Both of his parents are dead. His brother is dead. He has no extended family. And the precedent is to keep families alive. You don't want whole lineages to die out because of war. Wouldn't that be a real shame if Murray's legacy ends because of wanting to preserve his name for future generations? There is no heir to the Baker clan. Let me know what you think down below as we destroy these coastal tankers. What do you think Murray's in trouble for? I think we have another carrier task force. There are aircraft being stacked into Blackett. 16 of them. 108 power. 16 Key 84s have just arrived. Flying in formation. Look at this. Whoa, synchronized gun run. What are they attacking? Oh, they're taking out one of our destroyer escorts. Go away, you bastards. Let's get everyone on the guns that we have. The meat chopper, light them up.
only really good for close-in and self-defense. We need to keep this invasion fleet alive. That was a lot of power for 16 aircraft, which are pretty easy to shoot down. But that gun run did look really cool. I'm pretty sure once these planes are dead, the invasion will succeed. It's the only thing stopping them from winning. Now that Blackett's captured, I'm hoping that we get an airfield like the Japanese had over time as it builds up in strength. Let's take out Vella. Rendover's under attack, but it looks manageable by the defense fleet. And we've got a Fubuki. Alright, PT-72 may get a destroyer kill today. Oh, my voice is a little bit croaky. A little bit croaky. Alright, lay down some fire while they're at rest. Kill the boats that are docked. And then let's lay the smoke and make a run on this destroyer. Fubuki class destroyer. Smoke's not doing much, but the Fubuki is now making a hard port turn. Going to run out of port. Let's see how nimble the PT-72 can be. She can dance around shells. Even more so when you drop the throttle. No hits with those two fish. They didn't catch her, but these ones will at a side-on aspect. Slamming home with those torpedoes, just dumping all the fish. We won't need them. Aircraft inbound, shoot it down. Oh, another one. Shit. Getting strafed all over. Quick response there from the gunners. We need to get a repairman on the hammer, please. We're sinking. Oh, that was lucky. He's already there beaten away. Our crew aren't very experienced, so they don't heal much, they don't reload much, and they don't repair much. And that will only increase through practice. Rockets away. Nice contact there on the patrol boats. The damage to starboard side is pretty high. We need to turn away from it so they don't damage it anymore. Running down the patrol boat. Take that. And we're switching to more repairmen. There's just too much damage. XO, Mr. Clarence, is on the hammer too. We are probably going to use up all our repair kits. All of our stations are really damaged. Lots of small arms fire. Down with the mortar range. Looking good. Now we just have to suppress the shore positions. We're out of repair kits and we still have damaged stations. Right, let's get closer. We have lots of ammunition to spare. But we can't afford to take too much more damage. Not seeing any feedback. Yeah, there we go. Either they're not shooting at us, or we are just out of range. But it seems like resistance is very low. We're just having free reign. literally raining down mortars on them as we casually hammer away. I guess just after the last few missions have been very high intensity, I'm expecting it to scale up. That won't always be the case. But every effort for the war effort. We have a substantial amount of territory now, but invasions keep cropping up everywhere. Victory points, we're about 1/3 of the way to victory. And Ramata seems to be subject to a lot of attacks as well. Maybe we should do something about the islands to our north. Looks like we've got carrier assistance for this fight. It's a little bit more than what our defense fleet can handle. We've been given access to the Kitty Hawk. Excellent stuff. This should be an easy fight. There's just 2 Fubukis. And then I think, as we move into a new day, hopefully PT-104 will be ready for service. We have Tanagiri the second. Okay, let's get close. We've got air support inbound. Two for you. Where is our other 2? I'm enjoying this loadout. Lightly armed, fast and maneuverable, big hitting torpedoes, rockets there if we absolutely need them. I've been saving my rockets for when I have absolutely nothing left. As a final reserve of ammunition. Alright, we sunk the Tanagiri. Well, the Japanese speakers are like, please stop, please stop. Alright, let's get nice and close, finish off our other friend up here. We just want to be friends. With our meat chopper. Very orcish name, Meat Chopper. The other destroyer that we sunk was in fact not the Tanagiri. So we shall do it now. Oh, look at the fish! It just jumped out of the water! Flying fish! It hit the hull of the subchaser and she's gone dead. Torpedo has foundered. Let's try and get away. Plumes of fire rising from our friend Tanagiri II. But that is all she wrote. Could have sworn I saw an American hull number on that boat. 13. I'm sure I will see it on the replay. Imagine that, we'd sunk an American destroyer by mistake. That's why we thought everything was Tanagiri. We're actually crazy. Zach, we've got a bit of PTSD going on, Samuel Mark. He's just running rampage in the garrison. Having them dreams again. We are out of loaders. Too busy trying to repair the damage. Need some ammunition for the meat chopper. Slow way to do it, but we did it. Going in the hardest way. Oh, you cheeky bugger. Cheeky gunner's like, not today, Woody. Alright, let's pick up that money. Now that we have so much money, we need to make sure we're using our call-ins all the time. Reroll. Let's get a bunch of new ones. Do not underestimate their power. We have a few new ones I haven't seen too, like Rocket Strike and Smokescreen. So hopefully keep an eye out for those. Target spotted. New intel, but we are more interested in protecting these new holdings. Ganonga has a fight happening off the coast. Not quite ready to attack Ganonga. Got a cruiser. Sorry, cruiser. Jesus. Leading an attack. That's different. We haven't seen that before. That's very dangerous at close range, so we're just going to drop all of our fish on this big bugger that's coming close to shore. PT-72 will get to fight a cruiser. We didn't go looking for a fight, but they found us. Oh, that's a lot of shells. Dance out of the way. Drop that smoke screen. And stay directly ahead of them so they can't get all of those 14cm guns on us. Alright, smoke screen's up. Torpedoes are out. Keep ourselves alive. I think they were good hits, but I'm going to launch more. Yeah, it's dead. Well, that was easy. Take that. That's what you get for coming so close to our shore. So these guys were just arriving as we arrived. And they would have overpowered the base. 100%. Just using the 50s. We're not too scared of these boats. Alan Thomas finally got on the meat chopper. That'll speed things up. But our loaders are pretty shitty. Murray Oliver is just taking his time. He'd rather shoot with his Thompson than actually load other people's guns. Yeah, in case you didn't realize, 3 of our men have Thompsons as well. Alright, let's stop in at Gononga. This is where Mr. Murray came into port. Let's see if he's ready for duty. Murray's been given leave to resume command, pending the findings or deliberations of this panel that convened under mysterious circumstances. But he's been given explicit orders to not die until those results are found and handed down. Given some semblance of order to our call-ins, I'm going to get rid of the least useful ones. I have access to smoke shells now. I was waiting for that. We've got heavy shells. We've got Kitty Hawks or Warhawks. We've got Aerocobras. Yeah, no shortage. We still have over 100,000 RP. More heavy shells. They will be useful. More smoke shells. Also useful. And why not? Just buy all the boats. We're going to lose a few more. That should do it. We're well on our way to halfway to victory. A few more days will see us at halfway. And then let's take some more territory and speed up that landslide victory. 15th of September. I can't remember what date we finished our first season, but I believe it was within the first month. Oh, they're still pushing at Ramata. I have to do something about Wajina. Not very strong attack forces, but enough to pull away all the resources in the area. So PT 104 is back on deck. 2 torpedoes, 8 depth charges, 2 smaller torpedoes, and a whole lot of guns. And that's a lot of dots on the horizon. But nothing that we can't take. The fights are a lot easier when you're here, because your AI is just much better at fighting the wave of boats than if they are in the auto-resolve. Two big hits on the port side. That guy's going down. Let's launch the rest of our fish. Oh, big, massive hit to the engine compartment. I've seen it explode in a shower of fire. We've lost a man overboard. Wouldn't you know it? It's Vittori. Always overboard, Vittori. Trying to pick him up but stay moving at the same time. No, we're not going to stop for you, mate. Sorry. You're in friendly waters. Just try not to get run down. And I can really feel the difference in weight and handling already. Switching from 72 to 104. The Elko is much more direct. Trying to keep the Bofors loaded is an absolute task and a half. Just come back from a base raid and we've got no ammunition and it's not letting me restock, so we have to call in supplies to defend Ramata and hope they can hold out for 6 hours. We have aircraft support. Actually, no, there's a carrier coming, so they should win this. That'll be alright. I've been trying to get my threat level down, and it's taken a good couple of days just to go down 1 notch. So we're going to go back to friendlier waters. Oh, Vangunu's under attack. Damn it! I was going to go back to friendly waters. Oh wait, it's not the actual... There's a fleet battle going on there. Don't worry about it. Going to go back and try and take Tulagi, which fell recently. And then push the Japanese out of that section because they keep pushing reinforcements further and further into Guadalcanal. Alright, we've got a couple of destroyers to fight. Yeah, so we want to repel, push out the Japanese out of that little section before they can separate our lines. And then we'll concentrate on pushing them out of the rest of the Solomon Islands. Bazuki. Fast forward the speed. Overcook the engine. Because I'm not very good at multitasking. Now, if you've watched this far, be aware that I am having a giveaway on Christmas Eve 2024. So if you're watching before that date, you can pick yourself up a copy of Boat Crew by joining the Discord and giving yourself the giveaway role and entering the competition. It's just a couple of clicks, and you're in the draw to win a copy of this game. Provided to me by Micropose for a giveaway purpose. So one of you lucky guys can have a go. It is a very fun game. I've enjoyed every time I've come out on it. And all of the updates have really surprised me, the scale. Like, I was happy with how the game was before and I thought they were just going to refine it. But seeing the addition of all these ship classes and the expansion, the new boat, really see a passion here. And I think we should reward that in the gaming community. And for all of us that love boats, I mean, these games are few and far between where they are enjoyable experiences. Now, I've seen a lot of people say that the game is very hard, and I'm assuming if you don't know how to fight on the water, then that would be true. But I can assure you that if you practice, it is a very fun game. It's great to pick up for a couple of hours every few days. The thing I love most about early access gaming is how much a game can evolve over the journey, and you can really get your money's worth having heaps of different experiences. Like, both campaigns that I've played so far have been jam-packed full of exciting moments. Oh, more boats to Ramata. We just can't get the strength up there. And our carrier is just ignoring them as the fleet sails past. Bugger. Alright, back to Ramata. I was really hoping the Allied surface fleet would help us. I'm yet to see an Allied surface fleet in battle. The ones with the carriers, the escort carriers. I haven't seen the Casablanca yet in battle. I really want to see one. In the last episode, we tried to provoke a fight between two carrier fleets, but they sailed away from each other. So I had to hunt them down and finish them off. And now I've taken the depth charges away from PT-104 for now. The sheer density of large Blue Water Fleet ships that we're fighting now makes it hard to get close. And Murray's been given the orders to survive. So we need him to survive. Trying to dial back on his crazy antics just a little bit. We just lost a man overboard. Vittori actually survived. We're opening fire with our bazookas, sailing through the smoke screen we just deployed. Thanks to that call in. Our men firing bazookas through the smoke to hit the landing craft. The bazooka's a great little squad weapon, but it slows the crew right down. And if they have the opportunity to shoot, they will, which slows down their crew roll. There's some juicy cash laying in the water over there. Still got a man in the water, but we will just finish off these guys. Now that I know that they will survive a battle, that you win, I'm not too concerned about picking them up. Unless we really need the manpower. You can see our man there through the smoke. I don't know if it'll render on YouTube, but he's a little black dot, getting bigger. Swimming towards us. Here he comes. Don't make it easy for him, will you guys? He's still got his repair kit in hand. But I think he lost his bazooka by being blown overboard. His unit card says he has one, but he doesn't have one. Which makes sense. I mean, if you could swing back to the boat with a bazooka still, you deserve to keep it, I guess. Oh no, get out of the way. Close. We've dropped a smoke screen in front of this destroyer. We're going to get nice and close. We don't have the depth charges, so don't expect that. We're going for rocket strike, I reckon. Unload all the rockets. Good solid hits there all along the side. Try again now that it's reloaded. This 5-inch rockets are brutally effective at close range. Few bazooka there for good measure. We have this other ship here. Oh, it got us right in the nose. This destroyer will suffer the same fate. Just passing underneath that barrage of Allied air support. It's like a total of 5 aircraft all at once. And that one is defeated. Now we just need to clear out the rest of the boats. Try to dodge our friendly mortars. Anyway, that'll do us for another episode of Boat Crew. As usual, leave me a comment. Tell me what you're enjoying most about the series. Tell me what you want from Murray. What do you think's going on behind the scenes? Is it his behavior? Is his ignorance of fleet tactics raising some eyebrows? Or is it something more? You will have to find out in the next episode. I'm Commander Tyrael. See you then.